Hey guys, Cash Ball back today, aka my real name Sean Boz. And I have my good friend here with me today, Isaiah Davidson. And
Also known as Captain Davidson.
yep, and he's brand new that I'm putting here on my channel. This is for my first episode with him. So we're going to be talking about today our Disney Plus series, Book of Boba Fett, episode 3 in season 1.
That's right, episode 3.
So I want to talk about pretty much how I do my usual movie and show reviews. I'm going to be talking about my overall rating, my comments and recommendations on it, and would I recommend it to a friend or some audiences. So Isaiah, I want to ask you first, what do you think your overall review is?
So I'm going to have to say 7 out of 10 on the series for now, because it's getting better. It's getting good. I like how much lore they put in going on and going around Tatooine, because as a huge Star Wars fan personally, I've seen all the movies, including the prequels and everything. I'm starting to really like this series now.
Yeah, you and me both. So that's pretty cool. 7 out of 10. That's a pretty good C rating and climbing. So any thoughts or recommendations on the episode?
My thoughts and recommendation on episode 3, right?
Yeah.
We're on the 3rd episode. Okay. What I like about it, sorry. I like how in the first part where he still talks about his flashbacks when the Tusken Raiders were raising him for now because they found him abandoned. But then we found out the real backstory, what really destroyed all those Tusken Raiders. It's those other aliens where they've been with those shady business working for the mayor. Yeah. But
yeah, you're absolutely right. I'm not sure if I even trusted the mayor. I don't even know if I trust him, because especially in the episode where he was kind of like escaping after he locked that door, I'm like, oh, something ain't right.
Yeah, I already figured. I also like the parts where the Hutts, not Jabba the Hutt, but his family members,
his cousin,
end up giving them, cousins, yes, giving them a gift, a sleeping Rancor. That's a big one. Which is a nod to Return of the Jedi, where the part when Luke Skywalker they fall into that real pit, and that Rancor luckily they give him a new one for a gift.
Yeah, there's definitely some content I've noticed in this episode that refers back to Return of the Jedi episode 6.
Yeah, that's what I like. It's giving us some callbacks and flashbacks what happened with the other movies.
Because it's about time that old pit of Jabba, the old Rancor pit, it's about time it had a new Rancor now, because anytime when they first had to throw anybody down there after their first Rancor died, they were just trying to scare and trick them.
Right.
Like it was like when they opened the door, it was only a decoyed thought, like, oh, there's a Rancor in there, when really there wasn't.
Well, now they got a new one. It's supposed to be like a young one, like a Cap.
But yeah, they say kind of like a baby or preteen or something.
Yeah, I also like how that's Danny Trujillo, which is Machete from the movie Machete.
Oh my God! And the guest star that was the Rancor keeper. Oh, yeah. Danny Trejo. Who was Uncle Machete in the Spy Kids movies?
That's right, that's him.
And Danny Trejo was also in the original Predator sequel film Predators.
Yes.
The one the one in time sequence that was supposed to come after the first one with Schwarzenegger.
Right.
Yeah, he was like that guy who was kind of like tied and knocked out in the ring that the Predator set a trap for, and then they played his recording, "Help me!" And of course, it was a trick.
Yeah, because I got some Predator vibes watching this episode. Speaking of that,
I mean, when I first looked at the Rancor Keeper's actor, I was like, "What?"
Damn. Same here.
Right when I first saw that face, that kind of had that Johnny Depp look. Depp with a mustache.
Right.
Well, anyways, back to the review. So now my overall rate that I rate this episode 3, would probably have to be 3.5 out of 4 stars.
Why would you say that, John?
And why I say that is because, once again, like you've said earlier, the show is definitely getting better. And I thought the third one is like, finally, some action and time events that are happening. Like Boba Fett's getting more beneficial stuff. He's getting more of the tools. He's got a Rancor again. He's got a whole new crew of like bodyguards, like those motorcycle gang of teens that kind of he asked them to work for him.
Now we got Boba Fett back in the business.
And the whole tension of the Hutts that came parading down those streets. Oh my God, threatening him of taking over the territory.
I love that part, honestly.
I mean, geez Louise, episode 1 was kind of like, it's a little slow. But then episode 2, it was better than the first. And now episode 3, so far better than the first 2. But also it was kind of sad. But also it was kind of sad seeing in the third one, the flashback he had of his entire Tusken Raider tribe that were burnt and pretty much destroyed.
Yeah, that was pretty sad.
So he knew he had to burn all the remaining stuff because, enemy tribes or enemy aliens nearby on the local parts of the desert, they could get their hands on their tools and such, and he knows he couldn't let that happen.
Right.
So then he had to leave the tribe, and eventually he must have found his armor again, and I suppose those flashbacks when he was with the Tusken Raiders in the village, all that stuff seems to be prequel events on after he was saved from the Sarlacc pit after digesting, and after he was put in a coma. They took him out, they kind of raised him, and then when they were burnt, he was like, that's it. Now he took his place in the palace as the new crime lord. And then other thoughts and recommendations. Well, I did like how they had a motorcycle gang of teens come there. And it's like, come on. They look like shiny colored motorcycles. And I bet in real life they were. And then they were just rotoscoped off. They just invisibled out the wheels underneath to make them look like hover bikes.
Honestly, when I first saw those bikes,
typical.
I immediately laughed. I immediately laughed when I saw those bikes. I'm like, what? Why so colorful?
Yeah, like why so colorful? Not like dark, kind of like black or like dark red colors like the other speeders were.
Damn.
That was almost kind of like a little out of thematic elemental place there. Like you're adding something in real life that we have. They look like shiny Harley Davidsons. I mean, if you think about it.
Well, my last name's actually Davidson. Captain Davidson. I said that earlier.
And hey, that's your last name. Yeah.
Yeah, apparently that's my name actually, Captain Davidson.
and all of you and you audiences that are watching this right now, aside from the review for a bit, if you guys don't know, Mr. Captain Isaiah Davidson here, he's an ultimate Star Trek fan, as I am, and you can see he's got his Next Generation outfit on, like Geordie LaForge or like Data.
Well, I'm also a huge Star Wars fan / well, I want to show you guys something. This is my house. I'm a huge ass Marvel fan. Let me go to the Marvel area.
Yeah, he's got Captain America's shield. He's got Thor's hammer. He's got the posters, the books, the movies, you name it.
Yeah, and the best part, this is not CG. This is not Photoshop. This is really me. I'm being for real.
Yep, this is not a virtual. This is not a virtual made-up background, and he's got the real photo taken with Stan Lee.
That's right. And over here, slowly over here, all the figurines, Deadpool, and right here is the first comic book of Spider-Man's first appearance, Amazing Fantasy.
Awesome.
The funny thing is, he just turned 60 today. Wow, Spider-Man's 60s now? He's still in high school.
Right?
That's funny. So, yeah,
Spider-Man getting old. Somebody better take over.
here, guys. Not only I'm into Marvel, but I'm also a DC fan as well. Yeah, if you can see here, there's all the DCs, like Superman, Batman, all the other characters. And over here is all the Marvels, 2 separate posters. And last but not least, there's a Star Wars poster right here. See, like you guys said, I both love Star Wars and Star Trek as a kid, and I still do to this very day. Oh yeah, I forgot the Sonic poster right there too.
And as you all know, same here. I'm a fan of all those things as well. Can I also make a suggestion, Captain Davidson?
Yes, sir.
You should probably make a separate video on your channel explaining all the posters and things you have on your wall.
Oh, good idea. Yeah.
Because as of this one, we're just doing the review on the episode of Boba Fett.
Right.
So
let's get back to the review then.
Yep, back to the review. So,
okay.
So my thoughts and recommendations, I have already said. And as my recommendation and conclusion for this review, for my part, is that, yes, I highly recommend this episode if you are getting into the series, if you are a Boba Fett fan and Star Wars fan, once again, please view it. It does get better. Action starts around episode 2. Episode 1, the pilot, is a little bit of a slower, but it kind of gives you an idea of where Boba Fett was coming from and how he got back starting again. So
that's right.
Anyways, that's my recommendation. And yes, it's a worth seeing. So any concluding thoughts, Captain?
Any concluding thoughts? Hope next week when there's more things going on. I hope the next episode I'm expecting more shit. I've been expecting like more bounty hunters and all that shit, but right now I'm just expecting a lot of shit from this series. Oh my god, such a good show. Oh, can I do one more thing to shout out to my YouTube channel? If you guys want to subscribe,
Captain.
If you guys want to subscribe to the Captain, it's Isaiah Davidson. Just Isaiah Davidson on my YouTube. I gotta change the
absolutely, guys. Please check out his channel as well. I'm sure he's got good, cool content on there.
Mostly comedy sketch, but I'm gonna do more review stuff now. I'm retired off as comedy for now, so I gotta get back to the reviews I like to do because I'm a huge fan, of Star Wars, Marvel, DC, Star Trek, and many more.
Yep. And also, guys, if you haven't already, also subscribe on Scott Applier Pop Cult Fans channel. Right. He's also my best friend. He is Scott, and this is Isaiah. Check out his channel as well. All 3 of us are now going to be kind of like a 3 Musketeers of reviews.
Yeah, always want that to happen.
And so, sometime, I think, guys, I might do another video in the future of Isaiah again, myself, and probably Scott Applier Pop Cult Fan at the same time on here.
That's right. So
we can all review something in the future, maybe another Boba Fett episode or another show or another movie, however we want to get started.
That's right. Live long and prosper, everybody.
So anyways, thank you, Captain, for joining me on this review.
Yes, sir. I'm going to go on my next mission in a minute, but you keep going.
And I will see you all next time on my next video. So, Cash or Sean, out.